Eamonn Holmes GB News bosses, worried, as fall off chair, not first incident. Bosses at GB News are said to be concerned for Eamonn Holmes' health, and not just because of his fall. The former ITV favorite fell off his chair during a segment on Wednesday morning, May 21, leaving his co-stars looking very concerned and shaken. Eamonn, who was recently rushed to hospital after another fall at home, assured them he was fine, and told them to carry on. A GB News spokesperson also said at the time he was fine. But it's reported that the former This Morning host's GB News bosses are worried, because it's not the first fall he's had. According to MailOnline, the 65-year-old had another tumble a few weeks ago when cameras were not rolling. Eamonn, who fears he'll never be able to walk unaided again after a string of surgeries, is reportedly wheeled on and off set each day. A pal told the publication, "He's in pain all of the time. It's so very sad to watch. Even though he has no feeling at all in his back at times, he is up at the crack of dawn and does 3 hours of live television, which he is, of course, very good at." They added, "Often there is an incident, something for the production staff to deal with, and it's hard." After Eamonn's on-screen fall, the show quickly cut to an ad break which lasted around 6 minutes. He then reappeared on screen and said, "I'm still alive." He blamed the fall on wonky wheels on his chair, adding to his co-host Ellie Costello, "As a matter of fact, we don't really like the chairs here." Speaking of his other recent fall, Eamonn went on, "It was a shock for me because I had a fall 2 weeks ago in my bathroom that hospitalized me, and that hit me right in the back. And this hit me again, right in the back. Really sore, really sore." Eamonn's health isn't his only issue though, as he is also going through a divorce from fellow television presenter Ruth Langsford, and in a battle with HMRC. He had claimed he was a freelancer while working on This Morning, however officials decided he was staff, and so ordered him to pay years of backdated tax. It's reported the bill could be as high as £250,000. Health update after GB News fall. Eamonn Holmes has issued an emotional health update to his followers. The former This Morning presenter, 65, has been battling health issues since an operation in 2022, and last week, he fell off his chair while presenting on GB News. Posting a throwback snap on social media today, Eamonn said a picture of him broadcasting made him upset as he now can't walk. "Great picture popped up from 3 years, but it's made me sad. I could walk," he wrote. "Got to redouble my efforts." The presenter suffered the fall on GB News while the camera was focused on commentator Charlie Rowley. A loud crash could be heard off screen, prompting Holmes co-host Ellie Costello to exclaim, "Oh my gosh." A visibly stunned Rowley immediately moved to help Holmes, but the veteran host quickly reassured viewers, saying, I'm fine. Carry on, carry on." Rowley attempted to continue the segment, but producers swiftly cut to an extended 6-minute advert break. In March, Holmes told his followers he is in constant pain. "Even when the sun shines there's pain," he said, sharing a selfie to his 782,000 followers. "Sometimes I feel I'll never beat this disc immobility, but I'm determined to have a life. So pray for me, help me, or get out of the way, social media haters." Holmes has frequently been pictured either in a wheelchair or relying on walking aids, and turned to various therapies to aid his rehabilitation. The presenter falling off his chair on GB News comes just weeks after he fell in his bathroom, suffering the sorest and most powerful knock to his head. He had already revealed on Instagram that he had been hospitalized following the fall, but recalled the accident later in more details on GB News. Holmes said he was fortunate to have his phone within reach and was able to call for an ambulance. Last year, Holmes and his ex-partner Ruth Langsford confirmed that they were set to divorce after 14 years of marriage and 27 years together. Issuing a joint statement, a spokesperson for the former couple, who share one grown-up son, said, "Ruth Langsford and Eamonn Holmes have confirmed their marriage is over and they are in the process of divorcing. Register now for one of the Standard's newsletters." From a daily news briefing to homes and property insights, plus lifestyle, going out, offers and more. For the best stories in your inbox, click here. Eamonn Holmes can't move, as he shares sad health update. This week, GB News presenter Eamonn Holmes shared a devastating glimpse into his ongoing health struggles while on air. Eamonn Holmes has opened up about his health struggles during an emotional conversation on GB News on Monday. The veteran broadcaster had a scary fall from his chair while presenting the show with Ellie Costello on at the end of May. Despite reportedly being unscathed by the incident, it seems that Eamonn is grappling with serious health issues behind the scenes. Eamonn and Ellie were joined by actor Tim Vincent, who discussed a recent report providing evidence that a structured exercise regime can reduce the risk of death by a third and prevent the recurrence of tumors or the development of new cancers. The findings were presented at the American Society of Clinical Oncology (ASCO) annual meeting in Chicago, the world's largest cancer conference, and published in the New England Journal of Medicine. As Tim extolled the benefits of exercise, Eamonn, 65, interjected, "This makes me feel awful because I would have been pro-exercise, but I can't move. I'm in a wheelchair now. I can't put on trainers, I can't change, I can't go to the showers, I can't stand up. There are a lot of people who can't exercise, and they are at risk of cancer." Tim responded, "You are in a really difficult position. Any exercise is going to help." Eamonn experienced an awkward fall 2 weeks ago while the camera was focused on commentator Charlie Rowley, reports The Express. A loud crash could be heard off-screen, leading co-host Ellie to exclaim, "Oh my gosh." Charlie, clearly shocked, immediately rushed to assist Ellie, while the seasoned presenter quickly put viewers at ease, stating, I'm fine, I'm fine. Carry on, carry on." Efforts to carry on were made, but the show's producers decided to move to an unusually long 6-minute commercial break. Eamonn has had his fair share of health setbacks lately. In 2016, he underwent a double hip replacement operation, and in 2022 had spinal surgery to remedy a persistent back problem due to a slipped disc. A confidant disclosed to MailOnline, he was obviously a bit embarrassed about what happened the other day. He has worked on TV for decades, and nothing like that has ever happened to him before. It left him a bit bruised and sore, but he's on the mend now. When Eamonn came back on air after the adverts, he quipped, "I'm still alive. They're very wonky wheels on chairs we've got here. As a matter of fact, we don't really like the chairs here." This event occurred shortly after the Irish celebrity had a fall in his bathroom, which resulted in the sorest and most powerful blow to his head.